can try and get it to work. Okay, that makes sense. His computer. Wow. So Soul can't stream because he blue screened. All right. All right. Display capture maybe. All right. Audio input capture. Oh, I just tried something new. Hey, can the stream hear us now? I'm... Okay, no game audio. Dude, that's amazing. Can you hear the game? Can you guys hear Soul Ryu as well? Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I've never used this stuff before. Mike needed a streamer, and so I said I'd download the thing if someone would help me, and no one's helped me. So I don't know what to do now. Yeah, I haven't. I don't know what to do. Okay. Okay, what do I do? All right, what should I put in? All right. So I'm just gonna watch the game now, and I don't know, man. All right, guys. This has been a bit of a disaster, but I think we can just go with it if we go minus the game audio and just watch the game like this. I guess. I don't know. This is going to be much better when Pork Chop goes in. How do I do that? How do I do that, though? They're running through my headset. I just don't know how to do that. How to make that work. Audio input capture. Desktop audio device. I don't see that on here. Image, video capture device, audio input capture, audio output capture. Is that it? Yeah, audio output capture? Yeah. I'm on sources right now, but... Settings. Alright, I'm there. I'm on audio. Desktop audio device. It's disabled. That's all it says. I have no idea how this works. The game is 4-3 with in Demacia's favor. Currently, we're looking at Lux has a kill in the bot lane, but she also has a death. Warwick has 2 assists and a death. He's farming up pretty hard though, and he's ahead of Jhin, who is and Lucian has been executed by the golems. Oh, the new jungle is a monster. Yep. Looks like he's going to try and give blue to Cassiopeia, hoping she can maybe get ahead of Galio here. In the top lane, we have a bit of a tie. Kayle and Sion have been trading pretty hard with each other, each with 2 kills and 2 deaths. New Sion does have a lot of harass, although it seems like Kayle is out farming him. Yeah, pretty hard, actually. And it looks like Warwick is going to be going for another dragon. And he will get it. Alright. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I don't think I'm going to be able to get everything working, but we have video and we have me, so it's just going to have to be a little bit ramshackle this time. If there is a next time, I'll try and have things set up a little more properly. And we do have a fight going on in the bot lane here. Draven and Annie just barely getting out of there. They're going to be forced to go back, and it looks like Lucian will be able to take this tower along with Lux's help. In the mid lane, Galio and Cassiopeia are just abusing their blue buffs, farming up about as hard as they can, and that bot lane tower has gone down. Warwick is being Warwick, and he is farming about as well as a Warwick would be expected to. Just completely dominating Jhin in terms of farm levels and just about everything because he is Warwick. It looks like Warwick might come up for a gank here. Let's see how this goes. He's just waiting. He does have his Skirmisher's Saber and Devourer. It's a hard word to say. Yeah. And he is just going to sneak in through the bushes, although it looks like Kayle probably saw him. Between that ward and the fact that he walked into the bush with minions being right in front of him. So I'm not sure if anything's going to come out of that. In the mid lane, we're seeing a big push in order to hopefully secure another tower for Demacia. Draven's just going to farm the bot lane and hopefully try and catch up to where Lucian is as far as farm goes. Because Lucian's about 50 farm ahead of him now, which is a pretty massive advantage. Lucian is going to return to the bot lane with Lux, hoping that everything's going to just be peachy on Galio's side, which it might be. We'll see. Now, one thing to note is that when it comes to dragon control, it seems that Noxus has a little bit more just in terms of wardage, and out comes the ult from Draven. Not quite sure if it hit anything, but Galio has gone down. It looks like that mid lane turret is just going to be completely ravaged by Noxus. Kayle's coming in from the top lane to try and help, but it doesn't look like she'll be on time, and they'll just have to pick up the pieces. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Lucian and Lux have managed to push in, but from the mid lane, we're seeing Noxus going in full force to try and stop them. There are 4 of them, and they're going to be forced. They're going to be able to force these 2 to go back, and they will just barely make it on time. And in the meantime, it seems like Sion has taken the top lane tower. Yep, and they are just going to go at it. And, oh! The ultimate from Kale. Yep, that's going to probably keep... Yep, no, there's nothing Sion can do at this point. He's just going to fall to pieces. Ah. Looks like Lucian's going to be taking the red buff this time. Hopefully not dying again to another jungle camp. Though he would be able to keep his red buff. It looks like we'll be having another fight pretty soon, as Demacia is looking to take that mid tower in order to exact revenge upon Noxus. But Noxus has moved forward. They can see what Jin Zhao is trying to do right now, and it looks like Annie might come to contest the Scuttle Crab, although, yeah, Jin could be caught out now. He's definitely seen, but, yeah. So the Scuttle Crab has gone to Demacia, and we are going to see if this eventually evolves into a fight. Warwick and Draven are going back. Kale is going to apparently farm the golems. And... oh, those are called the Krugs now. But, yeah. Noxus is pinging their blue, looking to probably get Cassiopeia another blue so she could hopefully scale better into the late game. We're going to be seeing another dragon in about 30 seconds, and Noxus is absolutely going to want to try and take this. I don't think Demacia quite had vision over it last time, so they will not be 100% sure when that new dragon is going to be spawning, and Noxus is already making a move to kind of have it surrounded. Jin Zhao and Galio are both completely out of position in order to take this next dragon, so it looks like it will probably end up going to Warwick, who can just kind of take it. Yep, and here comes Noxus. A little bit late, though. Had they gone a little earlier, they probably would have had much less competition in order to gain the dragon, but now they have their full team, and Demacia has its full team. Neither team looks really all that willing to sacrifice dragon here, so we'll see what happens. Noxus did get the first dragon, this is the second dragon, so if Demacia can grab it, and here comes a flash from Lux. She is going in. The ultimate from Sion. It is madness. Galio has just ulted their entire team. It does not look good for Noxus right now. Warwick has gone down. It is currently looking to be Lucian versus Draven, and Lucian is far more fed. Down goes Draven, and Sion cannot handle both of them at once. Cassiopeia will probably just walk away from this, but that definitely went in Demacia's favor, though they won't be able to take the dragon. They will probably be able to take the mid lane tower now. Definitely going to be going in their favor for this time. And the gold lead goes up to almost 2,000 instead of 1. That said, Noxus still has wards all over Dragon. They know everything that's happening there, and they know Demacia is nowhere near it. So they're probably gonna try and grab it real fast. We'll see what Warwick tries to accomplish. Lux is back up. She sees one of the wards, but there are at least 5 more where that came from, and there's not a whole lot Demacia looks to be able to do against this Warwick. Sion is coming into the top lane to try and save his tower, but too little too late. Lux and Jin managed to steal the dragon from Noxus. Good play. Although Jin does go down, it definitely seems to have been worth it, as now Demacia has the first and most important dragon buff, which is the 8% on both AP and AD damage. They forced an anti-flash, which is pretty helpful. No more surprise Tibbers attacks from Noxus. And it looks like both teams are just going to kind of recuperate after that. No, Noxus is pushing the mid lane a little bit. We'll see how far they try and go with that. Scion's hiding in the bush, although it looks like he might have been noticed. Yep. Kale is currently in the bot lane, although it looks like she's going back in order to hopefully meet up with her team. It is worth noting that Heavy Weapons guy is the diamond on Demacia, and currently also the most fed, it looks like. Actually, probably the most fed in the game now. Yeah. Currently, both teams are just kind of staring at each other. Neither team has a tower has an outer tower in the mid lane, so a fight could very well break out at any moment. Kale is still not with her team, though neither is Draven. Jin is currently hiding in the bush, but Noxus hasn't warded, so it's not doing a whole lot for him. They do see Warwick running through. That said, yeah, Noxus isn't going to be falling for that. And it should be noted that Noxus definitely has a lot more wards up. Currently, the only real ward that there are 3 wards held up. One over here in the Wraith camp, giving them vision over basically nothing. One in their own blue area, and then another pink ward in their own red area. And yeah, Noxus definitely has a lot more wards just in Demacia's side in general. Definitely better ward coverage coming out from Noxus, which is good, despite the fact that they're currently losing. And it looks like Demacia is going to be taking the blue buff from Noxus, though here comes Warwick in order to hopefully gather some revenge for that. A massive Lux ult coming out, hitting quite a few members of Demacia. I mean, not Demacia, Noxus. Massive team fight breaking out, and this is definitely coming out in Demacia's favor right now. Yeah, this is just bad time to be a Noxian. There is no blood for Noxus except from the veins of Noxians today. And while Xin Zhao and Galio have both gone down, Kale and Lucian are still up, and they are going to be able to just take 1, maybe even 2 towers. We will not be seeing Warwick for another 5 seconds, and I don't think he can stop this. They might even take the inhibitor before they're done. This is very bad for Noxus, as the gold lead has now sprung from 2K lead to closing in on 7K. And this game is just slipping further and further out of Noxus' reach. Those prisoners might end up going back to Demacia. Lucian's going to try and take the red buff, but he does see he does see the Warwick, and did he take that? Warwick smited, but he smited too early, and Lucian still managed to get that red buff. And so, yeah, it looks like Noxus is just going to try and lick its wounds and hopefully come back with a better team fight next time. And Draven's trying to catch up and farm while Lucian's going back. He has grabbed for himself. Not only does he have a Bloodthirster now, he has a Static Shiv. He's gone with Boots of Lucidity, which is interesting. He has grabbed the Quicksilver Sash, which will help him if Warwick decides to ult, which he probably will. It also helps him survive Annie a little bit more due to the, well, Annie and Cassiopeia. And here comes a Scion ult, but he will not hit anyone. He'll graze Pork Chop a little bit there, but not a whole lot accomplished through that ult. The Scion train has accomplished very little. And Demacia is looking to push for another inhibitor, and Warwick is completely out of position for this. He's going to have to run all the way around. Meanwhile, Demacia is just going to run straight into that inhibitor, and Jin Zhao is going to try and engage onto Scion there, but it doesn't look like a whole lot's going to accomplish. That said, the combination of Galio, Kale, and Lux have come in, and there are 2 dead Noxians on the field right now. Warwick has come in to try and help, but it did not accomplish a whole lot. It looks like this is going to end right here. Kale and Lux have just managed to take down Draven, and all that is left is Scion, who cannot defend this by himself. This is going to probably be over now. Yeah, he's not even going to be able to take one of them down with him. And this first game is probably going to go to Demacia now. Justice has been served. And he's probably going to try and drop Tibbers on them. Might even save them a little bit, but nope. Down goes the Cassiopeia. Down goes the Annie, it looks like. Maybe, yeah, nope, there she goes. And Jin Zhao is probably just going to try and take this tower now. Good game from all teams, good game. But Demacia comes and stands above them, even with Warwick serving for Noxus. Alright. So, yeah, that first game, we see Demacia take it, and they're just one game away from being able to grab the prisoners for themselves, instead of having them, well, whatever happens to prisoners that go into Noxus. For more information on that, read Jin Zhao's lore. It's not fun. As for MVPs, I'm going to give the Demacian one to Kale for obvious reasons, going 13-2 and 8, and just in general destroying everything. For Noxus, it's a little more tricky. None of them did particularly amazing, although none of them did exceptionally poorly either. Although Rakdosis did have a few questionable smites, he still did what Warwick does. It's really tough to say. It seems like Silencer Mage did the best out of all of them, just from gold count, minion farm, and all of that. So yeah, probably going to give it to him, although props to Scion for being Scion. Can never forget those ever-memorable Scion ults. And yeah, so incoming, soon we'll be seeing the next game, and hopefully we will be able to hear the game.